Okay. How's everybody doing? It's James at All Things Digital. So this is the reason why I'm going on is I've been getting lots of calls over the past couple of weeks about something that um, I'm always telling people is this is one of my pet peeves in the industry of website design and online marketing and all that stuff. This is something that many I always tell many companies not to do, or not to get too comfortable doing, because it could end up really hurting you when things change. So um, if you've ever watched any of my videos, one of the things I always do is tell people to build your own properties, okay, online. And what am I talking about? Basically, I'm talking about building your own website, making sure you have a central, repository for everything that has to do with your business. There's so many facets of online marketing and so many avenues and channels that you could put your business on, and you should use them, and you need to use them. Unfortunately, it's pretty much a must at this point that you acquire all your social media channels. You post your business on every single business directory there is. You have to do everything to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, because if you don't, you're left in the dust, right? So you have to do these things. But one of the mistakes I see people making is they use these other avenues, or these other digital properties as their only outlet, as their only thing, where they put so much work into these properties that they end up being in a bad position when something like this happens. So let me show you really what I'm talking about here. So this right here, okay, is an email I got a couple of weeks ago, right? January 8th. So, a couple of weeks ago. And basically it says websites made with Google business profiles will be turned off soon. Okay, so now what happens? This email went out a couple of weeks ago, and all of a sudden I have a bunch of companies contacting me saying, what does this mean for me? And what do I have to do now? And what's going to happen now? So what's going to happen now is, if you work with me, chances are you built a website with me, you know what I mean? And so you have nothing to do, okay? You really shouldn't be too concerned, because if you worked with me, chances are we've developed your website, we built something out there, so this won't affect you. The reason why I'm getting phone calls is from people who they didn't build a website, and maybe we discussed this, and what they did is they made their website on Google's free tool. So now Google, had free websites. They added this feature to their business listings, I don't know, years ago. I don't know, maybe 8, 10 years or so ago. So what happened is, it was a really great thing. Once they got involved with Google domains, they said, oh, do you want to make a free website with your Google business listing? And everybody hopped on board and said, yeah. So they made a free website, and Google made money, because now they sold you a domain, and the domain points to the same, Insta website, we'll call it, that you made on your Google business profile. And they weren't the greatest thing, they weren't the most sexy thing, but they were something, right? So lots of companies, once they have something, they feel they're all right. Yeah, I got something. I got a site up, okay? The problem is that these were very, very basic sites. And what ended up happening, and I myself offered this, was that, now people utilize it for SEO purposes. So now we would make these free little websites, and I call them a website, but it's not really a website. It's really a web page. So we would make this free little web page or website, and all I would use it for was linking back to my client's real website. So anytime you posted on the Google business listing an update, I would link back to the real website, and everything I did on this free Google website would just be an opportunity to link back to the main website, to my client's main sites where they built their business out, wholly, you know what I mean, truly, completely. So now that this is going away, lots of people who didn't really have a website, where they were relying only on this free Google business website, got this email and probably A, are confused, and B, don't realize that now that they might have nothing. What's going to happen now is instead of going to this, typically this .site website, now it's just going to forward to your business profile, and that's it. Now, in my opinion, it's a strange move for Google. In fact, I would have thought that they would have delved a bit deeper into the whole web design aspect, and maybe that's the case, and I haven't looked too deep into it because, quite frankly, this is something I always warn people about. So I don't know what's going to happen, and quite frankly, I don't. Not that I don't care, but it's not going to affect my clients who we've built websites and we've built digital properties and we've established, our own central repository. So if you only have a free Google Business Profile website, then this is something that you may want to check out. And so let me show you, a couple of examples of, what I'm talking about here. So in this email, I have this list here. So here's like an example. Here, we can go to my own here, okay? So this is a free website that Google, basically made. And, you could post your hours, your, little contact information or whatever. Obviously not the sexiest thing, but it's something that's there, right? And then, here's another one, so these are free websites that Google was offering, and every time you got a review, it updated, which is cool. There's cool little things about it, but quite frankly, if you are only relying on this as your main website, well, that's going to be gone. So, hopefully, you decide before this switch that if you're looking to do something, now's the time to do it. Okay. If you are in a scenario where maybe you're losing something, one great thing to consider is maybe getting involved with like a, if you don't have the money for a full-on website, you can create what's called a landing page. You can create a single page site. Lots of people confuse landing pages. An example, that website by Google, that's a landing page because there really wasn't multiple pages. It was really just links to different parts of the page, and some people don't really know the difference. But the bottom line is, if you're looking to transition from this Google free website to an actual website, you could potentially get in touch with someone, myself included, in regards to just building out a landing page. A landing page would be a single page that you, can completely optimize, you can completely customize. You could build it out to really just properly support your business. But the thing that's great about doing this, and this is why, I always tell people to do this, is that, you're not relying on whatever Google allows you to have, right? If you make your own landing page, you can use whatever technologies, whatever techniques, whatever strategies, whatever layouts, whatever phrasing you want to use. Instead of just call now, as Google may give you, you can do learn more, you can do get in touch, receive a quote, etc. So there is lots more options when you build your own online property. Okay, and that's the thing that I really want to make sure people understand is stop putting everything on a service that somebody else is providing for free, because just because you should do it doesn't mean that's the only thing you should be doing. Okay, and this is the same for social media. Facebook pages and social media accounts wherever. Like, it's great to build these out and do these things, but guess what? Just like this email, one day you can wake up and it'll say, hey, this thing we've been giving you for free, we're cutting it. And so now where are you? Now you're left scrambling, trying to figure out, oh, okay, well, now I'm losing that. Now I have to do something, and I have to do it fast, right? So, I think there's a little bit of time, sometimes in, March through June or whatnot. These, once they turn it off, they're going to redirect to the business profiles. And then after that, they'll just show as unavailable. It's weird to me, but that's what Google's doing. Okay, so I would say at this point, if you don't have money for a full-on, fully blown website, you can get involved with a landing page or something like that. And I'm going to show you like an example of a landing page, just so you get the idea of what we're talking about here. So this right here, right, is an example of a landing page. It's a single page. You see there's no menu at the top, right? I mean, I have the click to call button and the logo and stuff like that. But this landing page, you know, it shows all of the services offered, you know, gives, you know, talks about warranties, expenses, positive reviews, you know, gives pictures and videos. So I have a video here. We have pictures. You can also, I have another video here. This is more of like a commercial type video. So, you know, when you build the landing page, you can add anything you want, and you're not going to wake up tomorrow morning. These are FAQs I add for, you know, basically SEO purposes, you know, questions that people typically ask. So if someone in the area asks this question to Google and your website offers up the answer, then, you know, you might show up there, right? But this is an example of a landing page. Some people will get confused and say, oh, I have a website, and send you to something like this. And this is a landing page. You can see there's one action is get started. And when they click on that, it's the action is to get in touch. Okay, so a landing page is different than a website. But you know, if your website's getting turned off by Google in a month or two, you might want to do something and do something soon. So if you have any questions, get in touch. But this is another example of one of those things that I tell people about. Don't rely on that completely. You should have something of your own. Build something of your own. Get your own.com. Don't rely on Google or Twitter or Facebook's free anything. You know what I mean? Because you could wake up tomorrow and it could be gone, in this case with the Google websites. All right, hopefully that's helpful to you, and feel free to get in touch if you have any more questions, and I hope you guys